real name. They just gave it the project name that was leaked already.
Yeah.
We can do the intro anytime since it's doing the intro of the game.
I'm Jeffy Dunn.
And I'm B Church.
This is Games and Boxes in partnership with Team A. There will be a link in the description sending you to their Facebook page. They're great. Group of writers,
and welcome to the
authors,
Black Mesa
artists
Transit System.
who are in collaboration
This automated train is provided
Facebook,
for the security and
I think they
convenience
might
of
have
the Black
YouTube
Mesa
channel, I'm not
Research
for sure.
Facility personnel.
They're kind of a newer
The
group.
time is
We're kind of working with each other to help promote each other's
a.m.
works. We know one of the
current
authors
outside temperature is
at the team who's
93
writing a book called
degrees.
Event Horizon.
With an
Fantastic
estimated
book,
high
highly
of
recommend it, as well as the other works at
105.
Team A. Anyway, that's enough plugging for
The
now.
Black
We've
Mesa
got
compound is maintained at a pleasant 68 degrees at all times.
excuse me. We've got some stuff we're going to talk about here today. We're, of course, doing this while playing... excuse me. Highly unprofessional. We're playing Black Mesa. Nice little game that has some cool updates recently. I mean, it's not like we have a Fallout 3 to play or anything like that, so... Not even a Fallout 3. Valve hasn't even... Did Valve even come out with anything at E3?
You mean you're talking about Half-Life 3? Not Fallout 3.
Did I say Fallout 3?
Yes, you did.
Sorry, we don't have a Half-Life 3. Embarrassing. Blooper. Did Valve even announce anything at all, even for Steam or anything?
I don't believe so. I haven't heard
This
anything.
train is
Bugging.
inbound.
Not even like Dota or anything?
Level 3
Because
dormitories.
Dota 3 is supposed to have been...
2. Sector C test labs and control facilities.
No, I don't believe so.
If your intended destination
I
is
do
a
like
high
the look of
security
the
area beyond
Anyway,
Sector C,
excuse me.
you will need to return to the
So,
central transit hub in
Let's go
Area
ahead, and since
9.
we're already talking about it,
And
we'll
board a high
go
security
ahead and go
train.
into E3 announcements. Ben knows
If you
a
have
bit
not yet
more
submitted
than
your
I
identity
do.
to the
He's
retinal
been following
clearance
it
system,
closer than I
you
have.
must report
Yeah, I
to Black
watched it
Mesa
live this
personnel for
morning.
processing
Specifically
before you will be permitted into the
watch
high security branch of
E3
the
live.
transit
How early
system.
did you get up?
11:30. That's when it started here in Central Time. It was 9 o'clock Pacific Time, I believe. But yeah, I had to get up real early. We're not our time zone.
Due to the high toxicity of material routinely
What were some
handled in
of
the Black
the,
Mesa compound, no smoking,
announcements? Of course,
eating,
still a
or
lot of stuff
drinking
has been
are
leaked
permitted
already.
within the Black Mesa
Either
transit system.
accident or on purpose, who knows? But what was just some of
Well-
the stuff that stood out to you, Ben?
Before we get to today's stuff, I want to talk about yesterday's live stream, which was 9 p.m. So yeah, late night. Woo. But Bethesda had their live stream at 9 p.m. yesterday, at least our time zone, and they opened it up. I think probably the best of all the live streams.
Please keep your
They didn't
limbs
talk. They
inside
didn't
the
have a
train at
video
all
explaining
times.
everything.
Do
They
not
just
attempt
had
to open the
the
doors
game.
until the
They
train
just
has
had the
come to a
opening
complete
sequence
halt
of their
at the
new
station
Quake,
platform.
which they're just
In
calling.
the event
No,
of
they're
an
calling
emergency,
Quake Arena. I
passengers
believe.
are to remain
back
seated
to it.
and await further
Yes, it is
instructions.
very much a remake
If
of
it is
the original
necessary
Quake.
to exit the
It is
train,
going to be PC
disabled
only.
personnel should be
It's not going to
evacuated
run at
first.
60 frames per second.
Please stay away
Targeting
from electrified
120
rails
frames per
and
second.
proceed to an emergency
So,
station until
There's not even
assistance
many
arrives.
screens besides if you have a really nice gaming monitor that can even do 120 frames per second. I spent a little extra and I got one that can do 74 frames per second, but that's still not as good. Point being, it's a PC only, very fast game, which is a arena style shooter. There's no leveling up, so if you jump in as a noob, you're not going to be like blown away by a level 80 something guy who has all the guns in the game. No, you're going to start out with the exact same weapons everybody else does, which is very fair, and it's just set up for just doing arena matches, seeing how better at fragging, because they're bringing back fragging, you are than your friends. Just 3 of your friends, and I believe the big part of it is it's using all of the very latest. They didn't even say what engine it's using, but it looked very good. So I'm saying it's using something like Quake and Doom used the same engine back in the day when they first came out in '95. I know it's not like '95 now, but they're probably using an updated engine since they have it in-house, and it's made by id and published by Bethesda, so they're probably using the brand new engine they just came out with Doom.
A reminder
Tech 6, I
that the
believe,
Black
is the
Mesa
name,
Hazard Course
which looks very
Decathlon
good. I think
will
it's
commence
probably the
this
best looking
evening
game
at
of
1900
2016.
hours
Could
in the
we
Level 3
expect
facility.
this to be?
The semifinals for high security
Could we
personnel
expect this to be
will be announced in a
Bethesda's
separate
sort
secure
of
broadcast transmission.
Not
Remember,
a
more
tent.
lives than yours may
I
depend on your
by the sounds of
fitness.
it, sounds like it could work real well. But could we see this as them entering in the world of professional video gaming? Could we see Quake become like a professional gaming?
It looks like it's set up for that sort of championship level stuff. Like the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was specifically made the multiplayer
Do you have a
to do
friend
the,
or relative who would
competitive
make a
matches.
valuable addition to the Black
CS:GO
Mesa
is
team?
famous for that.
Immediate
I think they
openings
wanted
are
Doom to
available
be
in the
that,
areas
but
of
Doom's multiplayer,
materials
and they even
handling
acknowledged this on
and
stage. They
low-fluid
announced all the new
security.
DLC and all the free
Please
updates there
contact
to it,
Black Mesa
how they're tweaking
personnel
it.
for
Is
further
that
information.
they said they listen to their
If you
fans.
have an
It's just
associate
another
with a
word for we
background
screwed
in
it
the
up
areas of
first try
theoretical
because the
physics,
beta was horrible. I played
biotechnology, or other high-tech
very
disciplines,
good.
please
And then I
contact
went. I
the civilian
had
recruiting
faith, and I
team.
pre-ordered the game and
The
played the
Black Mesa
campaign on day
facility
one.
is an
And
equal
how blown away I
opportunity
was at
employer.
how good the campaign is, that it completely, it was worth the purchase. But now they're redoing the multiplayer. I think they already screwed it up though. But yes, Quake is a brand new game. There is going to be a single player too. There is a story mode, they said. So, hey, a really good story, another one. That would be great. But yes, it is set up for championship level competitiveness, even playing ground.
A
Just see how
reminder
good
to all
you
Black
are
Mesa
at
personnel,
mouse and keyboard gameplay.
regular radiation
It's
and
like CS:GO.
biohazard
Yeah.
screenings are a requirement of
And that was
continued
the
employment
opening
in
act
the
of
Black Mesa
Bethesda.
Research
Then
Facility.
they went into their,
Missing
Dishonored
a
2
schedule
is
of your
coming out.
analysis
Dishonored 1
or
was great.
radiation
Dishonored
checkup
2
is grounds for
basically takes
immediate
everything from the
termination.
first game, wraps it up to 11.
If you feel you have been exposed
You
to
have two
radioactive
people you
or
can
other
play as, so you
hazardous
have- you
materials in
basically
the
took the
course of your
same
duties,
Yeah.
contact your
game and
radiation
played through
safety
twice.
officer
Yeah, I'd seen
immediately.
that. I'd seen that you
Work
can
safe.
play as both the
Work
original
smart.
protagonist,
Your future depends on
Corvo,
it.
but now you can also play as the
Him.
the princess,
And he
or now
looks-
the queen.
Yes. And he looks old. Because it is 10 years after the end
Now
of
arriving at
first game.
Because I saw
Sector
images
C
of
test
that, and
lab
I did
and
not
control
know
facility.
because the way the last game ended,
Please stand
and
back
the
from
way the
automated
trailer
door
they
and
did
wait for the security officer
in
to
the
verify
summer,
your identity.
back I think in
Before
like
exiting the
July,
train, be sure to check
looked,
your area for personal belongings. Thank you, and have
it
a
looked
very
very
safe
much,
and productive day.
That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, not, I'm sorry, last July. Not last E3, whenever that was. Last E3, so same time last year. It looked like he might have been dead. You didn't know, like, if this was her just on her own, but that's cool that he'll be now the queen.
Yes.
Is he,
He looks
that's
old.
definitely a
Because
character
it
we
is
want to
10
know
years
more
after the
about.
game.
Now arriving at
Because I saw the
images
ironic
of
thing
that,
is
and
that
I did not
know
know
because the way the last game you learned
ended
through DLC, of course, you got to know more of the background and you got to know more about the assassin who killed
No,
the
Barney's
original
been pretty scarce.
spoilers who killed the original queen in the first game. Then you even got to know about Corvo. All you knew is that he was this renowned soldier who worked his way up to be a trusted advisor of the queen and her head of security. So that's cool that he's giving it hopefully more backstory on him. Oh yeah, that's cool.
They have updated all the lighting on this game.
Yeah, I know you were talking about that. Yeah, you can tell the lighting in the shadow. That does look better. But
Hey, Mr. Freeman.
So then after
I had a
Dishonored
bunch
2
of messages
came out,
for you, but we had a system crash about, I don't know, 20 minutes
they
ago, and I'm still
showed
trying
off-
to find my files.
what did they show off?
Just one of those
Dishonored
days,
2?
I guess.
I think they went
They were
straight
also
from
having
Dishonored
some
2 to show off their
problems
new
down in the
IP,
test chamber,
which
too,
they
but
bought
I think
the
that's
rights
all
to
straightened
Prey.
out. They told me to make sure you headed
some
down
time
there
ago.
as soon as you got your
but they really haven't done anything with it. And I haven't played
Good
Prey
morning,
2,
Dr.
but
Freeman.
everybody's talking about how
Earlier,
Prey 2
but
wasn't
the thermal protection
that
system
great
seems to be
of a
online.
game.
I played it.
Those TPS
It was.
You're living in the past.
It
That
was
experiment
here.
is-
Hold on. Let me make sure I'm actually even thinking of the same game.
But this isn't even going to be in the same universe as Prey, the original Prey, or Prey
Hold
2.
it right there, Mr. Freeman.
This is its brand new game, brand new story, everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, okay, yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. Yes, the whole new universe Prey. Okay, now I completely remember. I was
Oh, would you
I was
look
getting
at
it mixed
that?
up in my head earlier with what you were
Really
talking
did
about. No,
show
yes,
up
I
with
do
this
remember Prey.
Looks like somebody here.
A 360 game came out in 2006. Not a launch title, but it came out not long after the 360's release. It was a title that really surprised people. The plot of the game, for those of you that don't know, it's kind of hit a cult status. Excuse me, cult status. Sorry, not a cult. But, or is it a cult? Anyway, it was a really fun game. You played a, I want to say, Navajo, Native American, who, living on the
Morning, Jack.
reservation. It starts out really simple. It takes place in modern times. I'm pretty sure it took place in 2006. You're living
the
on
hell?
just an ordinary reservation. You work. You work at a bar with
Why
your
do we all have to wear
girlfriend.
these ridiculous ties?
And it just kind of the intro is of him and her arguing about whether or not they should leave. Weird stuff happenings, and they get abducted by aliens. I know that seems kind of
Hello?
like a weird
Hello?
concept
Could
for a
somebody get
game,
me
but
some
that's what
toilet
took
paper?
place. It surprised people in many different ways.
Oh,
The
thank
combat
heavens.
was
I'm in
interesting.
dire need of some
Multiplayer,
toilet
from what I heard, was neat for a time, especially with all the weapons variations. But ultimately, the game got people with the campaign, thus the really interesting story, how the game mixed mysticism and magic and demons, along with aliens and alien technology, and how the game, while also being a shooter, also was this cool, I'm not gonna say stealth, but cool sort of
Hazardous environments too.
horror game too. It had a lot of cool horror elements. It had a lot of cool, good scare moments in it too. Especially for when it came out with younger and newer players being introduced to the 360 at the time. It was just a good game. Good game. And you're right. Prey 2 went through a development hell. It was announced. It was in. It showed up in a couple. The image that came up was a guy holding a gun, futuristic background behind him, and the title was just Prey 2. Showed up, I think, in 2010, 2009, 2010, in the major magazines. Didn't even really have an explanation. It just took up ad space, pretty much. I think the only gaming magazines that really covered it were Game Informer, and I think a couple
Lost
others
Days?
that I can't think of offhand.
Yeah, this is still the wrong.
But anyway, yeah, from what Ben has told me, this is not a Prey 2 as in a sequel to the first one. It's its own new thing. It's pretty cool. I just watched the trailer, and
Everything is under
yeah,
control,
it's
Gordon.
pretty neat.
Responsive.
And actually, now that I
Very
see
much
this, I
like
didn't
it.
even realize that Bethesda, is the looks like the backer behind this, and then Arcane is the developer of it. Of course, who developed the first one. That is cool. That's pretty cool. It's gonna be its own new thing. Whole new universe. Probably have Easter eggs from the first game, but no, it's pretty cool.
Looks a lot like Bioshock.
Yeah, that's actually funny how because that's how the first game played a lot. That's pretty cool. Arcane did
Go right on through, sir.
a very good job with the first game.
Looks like you're in the barrel today.
Play loudly, not even. Yeah, Arcane Studios. Or no, Arcane. My mistake. Arcane did not do the original. I guess they must have received the rights somehow, which is probably why the original company isn't doing it.
No, they bought the rights.
They
from all
bought the
that.
rights. Okay, yeah, because the original company that do my mistake was
It was
Oh.
2K.
2K, 3D Realms, and if I can get a closer look at it, there's a third party in there. Oh my. I'm pretty for sure the main developers behind it were 3D Realms and 2K. Who's that third company? Let's get above me.
Did you catch
Oh,
that
it was
last
produced by 3D Realms and 2K, and it was actually developed
We
by...
should harness the remaining
company.
photonic energy to ensure resonance
I was
control.
Raven for a second.
What's up,
I
Doc?
don't actually have to test my theory, do I?
Go back to
Well,
the
if you think so.
general page. He'll say the words.
Hello, old chum.
Just gotta go to the article on it.
Ah, Gordon. There you are.
Human
Nice
Head.
of you to
Human
finally
Head.
join us, Doctor.
Yeah, they must have.
We've just
Yeah,
sent
they
the
sold
sample
it
down to
off.
the test chamber.
Yeah, which it sounds like
boosted the
based off the development hell it went through, would not have been the same game at all from the first.
The administrator
Probably
is
only
very
thing it would have
concerned
shared
we
is
get a
the
conclusive
main
analysis of today's
character.
sample. I gather
Kind of
you went to
disappointing
some lengths to
because
get
the
it.
main game did end in a
They're waiting
cliffhanger.
for you, Gordon.
That
The test
had a lot of people
chamber.
excited.
Right. Come on then.
The
I'll walk
second
you
one.
down.
But probably what we're going to see is a sort of System Shock, Bioshock relationship
Eli
here,
has been busy making
where
last
this will
minute
just be
preparations
more
for the
at
new
like
experiment.
more like a spiritual
Greetings,
successor
Eli.
carrying on the mantle.
Morning, Izzy.
By the looks of things, this game itself
Gordon.
will
Good
probably
morning.
warrant its own
I'm glad you're here.
sequel, threequel,
These last-minute
whatever you want to call it. It looks really good.
They're a bit strange.
What else, Ben, came out of E3 now that I've done on that long rant about Prey?
Well,
By Beckrell's ghost.
Todd Howard
Radiation
just
level
came
is
out
off
and
the
said,
charts.
"Oh yeah, we're working on that other thing that people already knew about, which of course was the Skyrim
Hi.
Special Edition. That's its final name, Skyrim
Oh, there you
Special
are.
Edition for
Everybody's been looking for you,
Xbox
hombre.
One and PlayStation 4, and also getting a PC release, which I thought was odd. But hey, I might buy
I'm
it. I already
afraid
have
we'd be
Skyrim
deviating a bit from
remastered.
standard analysis
or
procedure
Skyrim
today,
with
Gordon.
Yes,
texture
yes,
packs,
but
so
with good reason. This is
I
a
don't know
rare
how much different
opportunity
it could
for
be,
us.
but hey,
This is the purest
Xbox
sample
One
we've
people,
seen
and they
yet.
get mods.
And
That's the biggest
potentially
news,
the
really.
most
Yep.
unstable.
All the
Now,
millions
as long as we
of
follow
mods.
standard
I can say
insertion
millions, 'cause there
procedures,
probably is
everything will be
millions of mods
fine.
for
I don't
PC.
know how you can say
And
that.
then you get to play it on Xbox.
Although I will admit
and
that the
PS4.
possibility of a resonance
So that's
cascade
cool.
scenario is
That's plenty
extremely
of
unlikely.
gameplay, and
I just
they
don't
never
feel-
could
doesn't need to
put
hear all this.
Skyrim, the
He's a
360
highly trained
disc,
professional.
would never
We've assured
work
the
in
administrator
the
that
Xbox
nothing
One just
will
because
go
of the
wrong.
emulation that it
Yes.
takes place when you do a backwards
right.
compatible title.
Gordon,
it can't be very
we have
demanding,
complete
and
confidence in
Skyrim
you.
melted
Oh.
Xbox 360s.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
So
Let's let him in now.
I know for a fact that would not work very well.
And I heard they had issues with trying to get. I heard they have even more issues, especially when they factored in the DLC.
Oh yes, that you get all the DLC for free. It comes with the game.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
that is nice.
All the
Testing.
DLC comes in the special.
Testing.
Don't know why that surprised me. It's Bethesda, and they're just awesome on their own.
Everything seems to be in order.
Man, that's cool. I'm excited about this Prey game.
Yeah.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should
it
keep you comfortable through all
And
this.
then they ended the
The
press
specimen will
conference
be
with,
delivered to you in a
just
few
updates
moments.
to the 3 new
Now,
DLCs.
if
for
you would
Fallout
be
4,
so
which
good
I
as to
didn't tell you
climb
about
up and
earlier,
start
but
the
I will now.
rotors, that
Next
way we
one
can bring
actually
the
comes out this
anti-mass
week.
spectrometer to
They
80%
said.
and
It's
hold it
called
there until the
Contraptions,
carrier
which
arrives.
just makes it be able to take all the junk in the game and use the physics to press levers and do stuff and have like conveyor belts that were already like in the game, so you can make little contraptions. So like you've seen those machines like dominoes, you set up dominoes and it goes falls down. You can do that with books, and it's pretty neat. second one they
Very good. We'll take it from here.
So they're adding
Power
this
to
place,
stage
like,
1
underground
emitters
place.
in
It's all
3,
empty. It's all just
2,
rock and dirt.
1.
You have to go down and scrap it out, clear out all the bugs. and
I'm
everything.
seeing predictable phase arrays.
And you can build the Volt entrance and the Volt Tech like
Stage
walkways
2 emitters
all around.
activating
You make your own little
now.
all your cellulars. You can make it.
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please work as quickly as you can.
I guess powering for electricity.
Overhead capacitors to
Which is fine.
105%.
And that's DLC number 2 coming up next month.
It's
And then-
probably not a
or
problem.
July.
Probably. But I'm showing a small discrepancy in...
And August is the final
it's
DLC.
well within acceptable
Makes me
bounds.
sad. And also
Sustaining
makes me
sequence.
sad because that means after the last DLC that
We've just been informed that the sample is ready
so
for
after
you.
the last DLC
It
is
should be
cool.
coming
It
up to
looks
you
very
at any
big.
moment.
Just almost
Look to
probably
the
almost
delivery
like this,
system for your specimen.
Bar Harbor, and it's going to be the world. Amusement marquee park like Disney World that is all Nuka Cola.
Standard insertion.
Yeah, I think I remember
Non-standard specimen.
seeing,
Leak files.
no, not so it's in files, but I think
Go
I
ahead,
actually
Gordon.
remember in the game.
Slot the carrier into the analysis
I
board.
remember some posters about that. The world, it's gonna be kind of their something to that.
It's like a 1950s.
Yeah, like a heavily spawned. Corporate park type place.
Which is like its own.
A lot of probably cool like side stuff.
And then updates to Doom. They have their first DLC, which is just really new game modes for their multiplayer. They're revamping the multiplayer. And updates to Fallout Shelter. So Fallout Shelter is now coming to the PC, and it's getting its own quest line, which is weird. You can send your
People on the
settlers,
wasteland.
and you can have new locations instead of just being in the Vault. There's like one with Red Rocket,
Yeah.
and there's one with making your own Super Duper Mart.
Oh yeah, that I get that because it'll probably expanding past your vault and stuff. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that is. That.
It's all for free. And none of it costs anything. So
Oh yeah. And Bethesda's actually, because I remember, when I first got mine, I was trucking along doing fine. So was Ben. Older devices did struggle to play it. Like my iPad Air Lite, whatever you want to call it, it struggled a little bit. I had frequent crashes, especially with my Vault got. But then you say they're planning on moving that to PC though.
yeah,
That'll be solved with PC, which will be cool. Hopefully you can transfer vaults. But anyway, I remember when I first came out, they had this really cool sale on the lunchbox system, which is how you get like all your cool like Easter egg stuff. They had this amazing deal. Like I can't even remember how many lunchboxes it was. It was a ton. It was like 50 lunchboxes for like $5 or something like that. And I remember buying that. Holy cow, that was cool. And it pretty much set me up for life. Yeah, no, Bethesda.
All the phones are out. I can't
they
reach
were
anyone
right.
in the facility.
The game isn't like, and that's the thing too about the game too. Because I know a lot. The whole point of mobile gaming stuff like that is, especially if it's a free game, it bogs you down with ads, or
Can't afford to waste time.
it gets to a point
for the
where the
retro
game
scam.
itself
the rest of
is,
society-
it's not going to say impossible to play, but it becomes a walk through quicksand because you have a long waiting period before you can get tokens or something like that.
Clash of Clans.
Yeah, Clash of Clans, exactly. And I love Clash. I was there at it. I loved it. Hard to play. Got relatively far right in the way.
I'm doing okay.
And excuse me. Yeah, but this, it really doesn't. You always feel like you're doing something. You always feel like you're contributing to your vault. It really is cool. Whether sending people out, I think the cool thing about, I think that the whole knack with why it works is because you're constantly using your fingers, especially if you're constantly tapping, collect resources, stuff like that, which is good. There's almost constantly being raided, rad roaches, fires, which I'm sure they'll expand on that even more in the future. You know, there's constant stuff going on, which has worked in that game's favor. And again, that's Bethesda for you. Why that's surprising us. They're really coming out the gate good.
And just one more positive thing to say about Bethesda, because we haven't already said enough. After their E3 was over, everybody in the audience got a free T-shirt with their BE3, like all of the Bethesda characters lining up in front of
that is cool. Yeah.
arcade machine.
Yeah, that is cool.
And they all got free. I don't think they may have had to buy it. They got drinks and giant turkey legs. Oops, I think I died.
Probably as a promotion for Skyrim.
For Skyrim, but they had Elder Scrolls 5 or something on the side of the big glass mugs, which I thought was really cool. You got to keep them. I don't know if they did, probably not. But they were really cool. It was like a medieval type thing. It was really neat.
I still need to go back and actually play it.
Yeah, I just bought. Speaking of old Bethesda games, I just bought Morrowind. That's a hard one to get into.
See, now I played the original. I played Arena. Can you hear me? Come help us here. I played the first one.
Yeah. It was just point and click, though, right?
No. It's not point and click. It's it's keyboard mouse, obviously, and it's free movement, first person. It's slow, as you can imagine, but it's you could definitely see how that game became what it is. It's not because when I first was introduced to Bethesda, like I think many people were these days, it was or not many, because I would say if many were probably introduced, they gained traction with Morrowind, and then they hit acclaim with Oblivion. I came in with the Fallout 3 crowd, was when I kind of found out about Bethesda, and I learned about how they purchased the rights to Fallout, how to have a previous company. I thought they did the same with Elder Scrolls. Honestly, I did. Young and stupid, and just not knowing how to use a computer to look it up. But I did, and then I expected to go back and look at the old games and think, oh, it's all point and click like Fallout was, where you go there, you attack, it's turn-based attacks, and then you only get better by leveling up your commander and your weapons, and so on and so forth. All predicated upon a player interaction with other NPCs. No, not at all. You could very much see how they came to where they were today from Arena. It's actually quite amazing. But yeah, that's all good stuff. Really not. Everybody's, it seems like, is contributing well. EA is starting. I'm not gonna say earning back people's trusts, because I think people realize that EA is kind of a fruitless thing.
Battlefield 1, though.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I was about to say. They're starting to intrigue people with Battlefield 1. And all of the questions about that. Hopefully, that you can really thank the developers for that. And I'm sure, as we've all known, EA has good developers, just like Ubisoft does. They're just plagued by the corporate structure that is just miserable, and it's just, we all know how bad EA's corporate structure is. We all know.
Well, I tried to buy Battlefield 4, and they had it on sale, so it was $20 for the deluxe edition, or $10 for the first just the game by itself. So I'm like, oh, I want the DLC, so I'll pay the $20 instead of the $10. Finds out I call up technical support because I couldn't play the game. The deluxe edition doesn't actually have the game in it. It's just the add-ons. They wanted $20 just for the add-ons, and they wanted an extra $10 for the game.
For an already aged game.
Yeah.
Not gonna say old, but for an already.
So the technical support guy gave me my money back, the $20, and I just spent the $10 and just bought Battlefield 4. Yeah, that's what it was. And with the sale, they were giving the add-ons out for free, at least 2 of them. So I got 2 of the 3 add-ons for free.
Yeah, and then we all know the hardline thing with. But that
wasn't actually the same developers. Hardline was they gave it off to somebody else to try.
Well, no. That's the thing about hardline, though. You can still blame the corporate structure.
Well,
because it was a rush botch title that was supposed to be so much more than what it was, but because of development pressure from EA's and corporate end, and really, since it was a smaller studio they went out to, they couldn't put their feet down and say no, give us time, because they didn't have that kind of pull, especially when you're talking with EA, and how well known they are with treating smaller developers. They rushed it. So no, I still blame EA's corporate structure. I never blame their developers. I believe their development team is more than capable. It's their corporate structure. But anyway, that's another soda. But they're listening to their developers, which is good. Hopefully this is where the game is great. It looks like a great campaign. It looks like for the first time in a long time, we're going to get a title from EA, besides games like Assassin's Creed, stuff like that. First-person shooter game that's not multiplayer focused. Well, I'm sure it will have a great multiplayer. I plan on getting it, and I look forward to good old trench warfare.
The multiplayer looks really good. It is now on console, 64 people on a match.
And that, which is good. I don't know why I care. I'm a PC now too, so I'll probably just get it for PC.
It seems though, if you get it on PC, you'll have to. If you want to play multiplayer, you'll really.
No. I'll probably do campaign controller, and then I need to get better at keyboard and mouse anyway. But yeah, so good stuff coming out of E3. Everybody, it seems like, is
And then we did not actually talk about Microsoft. God. So you want to talk about Microsoft?
Oh yeah, yeah, because just some leak stuff. I know a bit about it. They console. Project Scorpio, which I'm sure, as we've all kind of figured out, is going to pretty much be a Ben. You can describe it so much better than I can. You're
okay.
The PC guy, so.
So, what they did the whole. They introduced the first picture on the TV on the projection was the new Xbox. It looks really nice. It's all of them are going to be what they call robot white with a like a black accent on the bottom where the USB and IR, so it's like a shadow on the bottom, so it looks slimmer than it really is because they want it to look really slim. And it comes with a vertical stand like the PS4 did. Good. So you can stand it up on end. And since they're both now slot loading discs, they don't have a drive. You don't have. They're automatically, if you knock it over with the disc in, it's not going to put that giant ugly ring and screw the disc up like the 360 would. See, the PS3 never did that because it was a slot loading, but the Xbox One had a tray on it. But it's going to be slot loading, so disc can be read just fine standing up. It gets thinner. The power brick is integrated into
Safe haven.
So it's just like the PS3 or PS4 where you can just plug in the two little prong, and they're like universal now, so you can find them anywhere. So if you lose it, it's whatever.
Good.
So that's all well and good. So and the console, there's a 2 terabyte what they call like Founders or Launch Edition or whatever, which is nice because 2 terabyte. Xbox One uses a lot of like 54 gig for Fallout 4 plus 2 gig for
that
Far
500
Harbor.
That 500 gig went up fast.
So yeah, and
I
then,
myself had not long after. Heck, just in free games alone, which is a good thing. I had to get a 2 terabyte external for mine.
Yep. So yeah, that's the new console that's coming out this August. They also announced the redesigned controller, so the thumbsticks are better in some way. They didn't go real specific on that. It now uses Bluetooth for the. Well, it uses its proprietary 2.4 gigahertz connection, just like the old controllers work with it. Well, that's good. But it has Bluetooth radio in it, so you can pair it with anything that uses Bluetooth basically. They'll say you can only use it with like Surface tablets. That was a glitch. Okay. So that's cool because then you don't have to buy a little or a big adapter to use it on a PC with a USB plug, and it can't be that proprietary anymore. So that's good. Oh, and
Gordon,
what I like, no one else really cares, I believe, but you can, when you order the new controller, you can make it any color you want. So it's not, the white one comes with the white console, one white controller, but you can go to Xbox.com and you can pick what color you want the thumbsticks to be, what color do you want the everything, like the back, the front, even the buttons, they have whiteout versions, so it's like all white instead of their normal blue, yellow, red, and green. Cool. Yeah. So people that really know what goes where.
Just allow people to make their console and their controllers their own.
Yeah.
Without having to use.
Yeah, because I don't want to really put a skin because your sweat on your finger just make it peel anyway.
Don't do that right now.
Oh yeah, well on your console.
Well, you pretty much had to put a skin on the one because of how easily it's scratched.
The glossy plastic is gone now.
Thank goodness.
The robot white is actually dimpled, so that's the way since it's smaller, it needs more air to go into it, so they don't have an issue with the red ring of death, which they didn't actually make the red ring of death because there's no ring. But there's no problem with consoles breaking too much because they overbuilt the first one like a VCR, and the second one they've already taken measures. I don't know what's that was kind of dumb. So yeah. Where am I? What are we talking about? Oh, the Xbox. So yeah, the Slim, it's great, but every Microsoft published game now will be coming to the PC as well, on Windows 10 specifically. So there's no really need to buy one. Gears of War, the next Halo, all that they promised will be coming to PC. So that's good for all the PC gamers like me.
Yeah. And that will be nice to have you on the PC too.
So all positive things from the Microsoft conference.
No, yeah.
And then after they announced all the games, they showed Gears of War, actual gameplay of it. They showed I think they had Todd Howard say. Oh, they had an interview of all like developers like Todd Howard and all that. They were talking about Scorpio and how the new console, which they didn't even show. They just said that there's going to be a new console sometime holiday 2017, which is a long ways off. So they kind of did what I hoped they would do. Well, I didn't. They mentioned it, but I was hoping they would not mention it at all. But they did say, oh well, it's going to be holiday 2017. So
probably because they just wanted to. Probably because okay, it's a thing, you know. Let's not let rumors get going. This is happening.
But they're like, no one's going to be left behind. They stressed it like even the original VCR one will be supported. It can play all the newest games, even that come out next Christmas. So that, and no console user have ever actually been guaranteed that.
Mm-hmm.
Even like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, they made that PS3 Slim that had the top slider thing on it.
Yep.
Just like months before they announced the PlayStation 4. So you can't say Sony's been perfect about that.
Yeah. And Sony has been kind of not that I'm gutting after Sony. I'm a big PlayStation fan, especially PS2 era. Hard to deny the games, the classic games that came with that. But Sony, and that's another corporate structure I think a lot of people can agree with, has them messed around. Konami alone, that abusive relationship with its fans.
And I'm not sure if the Sony E3 conference is today or is it not till tomorrow?
I don't think it's till tomorrow, because, I don't think it's till tomorrow. I would have looked that up, though. I double checked you on that. Because, they're gonna have to get it together. Because pretty much what has been announced by pretty much what Microsoft has done here is said has done is saying we're not limiting ourselves to consoles anymore. We're jumping into the world of PC gaming. And probably eventually what they're going to do is probably work that into a more permanent setting.
Well, they even showed on stage today, somebody who was just playing they were playing Forza, a single player Forza, and somebody on their Xbox One was like, hey, you want to join my game? The two games would actually synchronize.
That was a delay.
Forgot about that.
But no, yeah, and that's what they're doing, which is good because which isn't a bad thing. It seems like they're tiptoeing their way into it because they know that there are people who have a love for console gaming just as there are people who have a strict love for PC gaming.
And they are making the Xbox One more powerful.
Yeah.
Every time they do an update to it. Oops.
And I think we can all admit, as we've gotten older and as we've matured, that console gaming it's limited. Especially, I never realized how hard that made you. It's limited with how much power it can have at any given time, especially with the inability to upgrade individual parts. I'm pretty sure that's something that we all.
And they're never going to do that either. So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's something that's been hard for me to come to as a console gamer, because you can duck Ben. I for a long time was console gamer only. You bring up PC gaming around me, it's like, why would you need PC? Just get a console. But I have since joined the Master Race, and which it's funny because Fallout 2 on the Fallout series is one of my favorite games. Not my favorite game of all time. Valve, please.
You said Fallout 2 instead of Half-Life.
Are you kidding me? Why do I keep doing that? Sorry guys, I got Fallout on the mind for some reason. I've been playing it so much lately. The mods. I've had the ability to play it on PC. Fallout 3, New Vegas, all that stuff. I've been able to play it. But I haven't really experienced the full pleasure of mods until they came to the one. And I don't know why I've been choosing to live my life any other way. Did I come from down there?
Yes,
yeah, I
you
did.
did.
Okay, I thought so. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I think it might be going on right now.
Oh, really?
I believe. It said, what time did it say? 2 a.m. British Standard Time. On June 14th.
That is hilarious. Sony, a Japanese company.
Well, I believe it's the website I'm looking at. Yeah, .uk website. Hold on.
Is going off of British time. That's
my
pretty
bad.
great. And that's another thing too. Just the difference between. That's another thing I think people have a hard time admitting to is the difference. There's still very much a divide between Japanese developers and American developers. Now, that's not to say that companies and developers over the years haven't created a good relationship between the two, a good mix. I mean, Dark Souls, what's funny?
The new South Park game they announced. South Park and the Fractured Butthole, but they can't put butthole on a cover, so they put B-U-T, butt, and then W-H-O-L-E. The Fractured Butt Hole. Get it? Fractured Butt Hole.
I'm laughing more at your reaction. Excuse me. Oh man, that is good though. And with the success of the first one, a second.
Oh, and you get the first title for free when you buy the new one.
Really?
Yes.
That is good for them. Good on them.
Yeah, they're showing God of War. What's new with Sony's press conference? I don't know if this is an advertisement or this is live.
Is that a sequel? Is that the sequel? Is that?
It might be. This looks new.
Yeah, that's him. Man, he looks like he's smaller than he used to be.
Oh, that's my tablet.
No, I mean, the character still is. You're just a real card, you know.
I don't know why I'm in this mood today.
Well, I mean, it's a happy mood. There's nothing wrong with that. That's cool though. He could. It looks like he has a lot more weapons now than he once did too.
The only reason why I knew it was God of War was this pinstripe down the back of his head.
Whoa, this dude has a beard. What's up with that?
He also has a.
Kronos didn't have a beard. Of course, this is quite possibly. Anyway, we're talking about the current thing. Let's.
Anyway.
Sorry, I'm not playing either. Oh, that's cool though, man. Okay, so Sony, God of War, that'll save them. That's always been one of their flagship titles. That they've gotten pretty much always gotten right.
It's a free bag full of money, just like Halo would be.
Yep. And not so much anymore, I'd say.
If you slap Halo Wars 2 on something, it's gonna sell.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. It's not, God of War,
it's a first-party title by Sony.
It's first-party title by Sony, yes, but, I would say that its reputation is a bit more reputable than what Halo's has become. Like, Halo still makes a ton of money, but it's not necessarily a console seller anymore. That is coming from me, a Halo fanboy too. I love Halo.
Well, it's not a console seller because they released a console without a Halo.
True. That was pretty crazy.
So I think that's a Microsoft problem, not a Halo problem. Anyway, I don't know why I'm defending Halo all of a sudden.
Yeah, really, you've always had your beef with them for not being on PC.
Well, I mean, and they have. The Halo's always been for PC, but it's all the Halos that were for the Xbox original, which almost every Xbox original game came to the PC because it, again, was just a PC in a black box. Bill Gates made it, and he was like, guys, this is just a PC in a box. You're like, no, it's an Xbox. Shut up, Bill. That was a real meeting. But yeah, so the new Xbox, which is just a box, more like a VCR.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, so and then they even made a little icon, a special icon showing that it's cross compatible. when you only have to buy it once too. So like, if I buy a whole bunch of PC games, being a PC gamer, and I do get one of the slim Xboxes eventually for whatever reason, I have all the same games. I can just log in with my live ID and boom. And if I want to play with Logan and he's playing Minecraft on his Xbox One and I'm playing Minecraft on the PC, we can just play together.
Colby.
What are you doing? See, and there needs to be a new Half-Life too. This has nothing to do with E3. There just needs to be a Half-Life, just for the physics and open world and all the jokes and everything. There just needs to be another Valve game. I know that they're making it for VR and they want to sell their own Oculus headsets and it's going to be like
they've become a very, this is unfortunate because this has put bread in the hands of Valve, but they are very much more a company now than they are an actual game development team.
And the joke that Valve doesn't make games, it makes money.
Yeah.
That is more true than ever. Sprint select, by the way.
Sorry. Yeah, we're not doing this on keyboard and mouse. We're doing this on controller.
It's a PC game.
Crap. Oh, crap. Oh, my. I win the water.
You nailed it.
But no, yeah, and that's good on them. They haven't been teasing us with one, which is, nice of them to not do that. They haven't even, the closest they've come is, Source. New Source engines, and that's not even a tease. That's just them like.
Yeah, they made it's almost ready to say Team Fortress. No, Dota 2. They made Dota 2 with a new engine. They haven't made any other games with it anyway. So it's not even like they're like using it for all their games.
It's in Sprint joke.
But getting off of Valve again, E3.
Please make it.
There's a lot of good things to come out of E3, but just with every E3, it's like, oh, this is all cool. Except for the fact we can't play any of these games until the fall. Yeah. So why are we excited now?
Well, okay then. Well, let's get into more recent stuff. And we're going to kind of transition from gaming to this to a topic I've been having an eye tick about for the past, not since it's been announced, because we're going to be careful how we talk here. We automatically know what the assumptions are going to be. And we're going to go into some movies that have been announced that will be coming out. One sec. Let me just
fail real fast.
Get through this. Man. And let's talk about, Black Mesa real fast. This is cool. Dang it! I know exactly what I'm doing wrong.
We've done this whole thing like a couple times.
I know exactly what I'm doing wrong. I need to jump before I leave the platform. Dang it! I didn't.
That was real close. You almost got to the end.
Now I'm freaking out. Hold on. Yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, what the duck? Language, sorry.
Oh, we gotta bleep that. Hold on, let me get my bleeper out.
Come on. It doesn't even look like I'm trying now.
You're doing that on purpose.
Okay, we're good. Hold up. Let me just bit. His jumps. Oh, Gordon. Mr. Freeman.
Let me just say these live stream names. They're just golden. Games and Moses live stream.
I can say we aren't original. There we go. Crap! Son of a... Okay, movies. I can actually talk about this. We'll talk about before getting into... Oh, thank goodness it saved you. At least the audio's right. There we go. Watch me eat it right here. There. Alright, I can talk.
Get to a save point fast.
Alright. Anyway, movies that are coming out. I think people know where I'm going with this. But first, before I have my aneurysm, we're gonna talk about some more recently announced ones that we don't even have commercials yet for. One of which we do have a commercial for, sorry, but another one we don't. The first one is the announced I almost said Destiny movie. Bleh. The Division movie.
Oh, yes.
That is part of that is a part of what we believe E3's attempt to get into the movie making business. However, as we all know, this is definitely a thing that they're trying to do with the announcement of EA with EA Studios, their movie development directing company now, and I think they're having 20th Century back it. I think they're the main backers of it. That's not a grenade. With the Assassin's Creed movie 2, the Division movie plans on starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Not a bad actor, in my opinion. I really like Jake Gyllenhaal. The victim, though, of some... okay, first of all, I like Prince of Persia, the movie. I do. I like it. I'll admit it. I like it. I liked it when it came out. I still like it. I like the humor. Decent action, especially for a quote-unquote kids movie from a not necessarily kids game. I like it. We're just going to get that out of the way now. However, though, box office-wise it did good, but critically, it's hard to deny that it didn't do as well. Already been here. Have I? Yes, I don't know. Anyway, so that, so that's just kind of the big announcements. Jake Gyllenhaal as Uplay, because I need to look this stuff up. Jake Gyllenhaal, that's really all we know about The Division, the movie, and this could be one of those things that'll just go through a development hell too. Might not ever see the day of light again. I mean, how many times have we heard, probably the biggest of this all is the Halo movie that was supposed to come out and be a direct sequel to Halo 3. Halo was supposed to pretty much be a Halo 3 movie. One sec. Or something like that. And then, of course...
Assassin's Creed movie did come out, though. We have to
No, it's coming out. It's coming out. But, it was a long time coming, though. And other games, such as, Gears of War movie, just all that stuff that, the movie companies such as Fox, companies like that picked up and said, alright, we're doing this, directed practically the whole thing, or enough of it, and nothing ever came. It sounds like something I'll go through, though, especially that they've announced their cast, or not announced, but since it's pretty much leaked, or whatever you want to call it. However, the Assassin's Creed movie, which is confirmed, has a trailer. I'm cautious. It's not doing well on IMDb. It's rating relatively low. This is gonna be a difficult movie for people to enjoy, both in the gaming and non-gaming world. Automatically, when you throw EA's name on something, the gaming world automatically knows, okay, this is a money grab. With the exception of Battlefield 1. But even then, I give that more to the developers than I do the company.
It also, not to say everything's positive about Battlefield 1, because it has microtransactions, so they'll go though.
It does?
Yeah.
Why? Anyway.
Because it's made by you.
Yeah, exactly.
Gordon.
The cast of the movie is promising. Automatically, you're gonna have a lot of people complaining because of the setting. And this is why it's not gonna translate well to people who don't know the game, because you're gonna see a disconnect. Because the main, the main actor of it is Michael Fassbender, I'm probably mispronouncing that. Notable movies he's been in, he played Magneto in the recent X-Men movies, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, obviously the more recent one. He's also been in First Class 2, of course. He's also been in Prometheus. He was in Inglourious Bastards. Good actor. Good actor. He's gonna be in
over here.
the Alien Covenant movie.
One of
which
these
people are
little
excited
buggers
about.
latched onto my buddy's head.
You know, a lot of promising
get
good
that thing
stuff.
off
A lot of
before-
promising good stuff. Good actor, no
news.
doubt.
Help just
Obviously
arrived.
has
Wait, hey, what the
chops
hell?
in both
Get
acting.
off of me.
You know, and what I mean by that is he can act. He has the ability to do good
Thanks.
voice work, stuff like
I owe
that.
you
But
one.
also good when it comes to
let me get
stunts,
this open.
action, things of that nature.
I got some supplies.
So
in the back.
he's appropriate for the role. He does look similar to our protagonist in the first game, because that's what it looks like he's going to be as he's going to be playing as now I'm forgetting the protagonist of
I think I need
first
some
Assassin's
medical
Creed.
attention.
All I can think of is forgive me. Or we don't even know that yet. We actually don't even know who he's playing. I don't think it's his name. Hold on. Let me see here.
I like the revolver.
Yeah, Callum Lynch, which I don't believe is any. It doesn't sound familiar. He might be a newer character. I don't believe that's the name of the descendant who was put in the Animus in the first Assassin's Creed. I'm sorry, guys. I forget names easily. So many games, so many names. But that's good. That's probably good. But anyway, it's obviously getting a lot of its framework from the game, and that's what I'm getting to, is why this isn't going to connect well, because he is white, and it's taking place in, I think, Spain, which is a interesting location, a newer location for that universe. Which is neat. Because I think that was going to be the big issue. They probably were going to do a first game recreate type deal. But what you were going to have is a disconnect between your main character is going to be white, while your area would be Middle East, and I'm referring to the first game because that's what it was. Your main character was white. Your protagonist, he was, when he was outside of the Animus, he was white. When he was inside the Animus, he was his Middle Eastern ancestor. And then that would have not done well with audiences, especially if you had two different characters, because then people would go, why do you even need the first character to begin with? And then to try to pass that off, that would just, political correctness would play in there. It would just confuse people. Rightly so. It would mess with people, non-gamers, and then it wouldn't make non-gamers happy, because then they would try to meet the happiest stuff. But anyway, the whole point is this is going to be a difficult. I think it's going to be good. Good. That's what I'm putting it as. I think it's going to be a good movie. I don't think it's going to be a good tie-in with the Assassin's Creed world. The Animus already isn't. They've already movie-ized it to make it look cooler, and that's really all I have to say about it. It has a good acting team. It has a capable director, but the problem is that you have this big disconnect between Hollywood and video games. I'm using the word disconnect a lot.
Get on
What
your
I
game
mean
face, Doc.
is that You see this with EA. Okay, EA is the perfect example of this. The difference between your developers and your corporate structure. The corporate, I think we can all agree that corporate EA are not gamers. They don't care about gamers. They're just in it for money. Maybe at one time they were. I don't know, but they're not gamers anymore. At this state, their corporate structure is not. And that's the same thing with movies. Directors, they're not.
Got any ideas?
They're not gamers. At least not enough of them are. There are exceptions to that rule, of course.
Just take it out of my
Same thing with actors too. You have actors who play games. You probably don't have actors who identify as gamers, and that's especially Michael Fassbender. I highly doubt he's played any of the games.
Tell you what,
he might have for the
check that
role.
pen out. I'll just hang out.
Or at least read some like the books or comics that have been based around the universe. He seems like a method actor, so he might. But anyway, yeah, it's just. I said all I can about it. This isn't really like the next movie I'm going to be talking about. I don't really want to judge this movie too harshly until it comes out, and I'm going to ultimately come to the same consensus with the next movie, which is Ghostbusters.
I don't think this is a drill, do you?
Lots
Doc,
of
let's tear some
drama around this movie. And it really hasn't hit the gaming community until they messed with one of our own. And it really hasn't even been too controversial within the YouTube community until Hollywood, the politically correct community, the non-gaming YouTube world came after one of our own. And I don't mean this as I'm confusing. I just mean this as a person who considers me and Ben. I speak as me and Ben as people who are involved in the community, who love the YouTube community, the videos, the content created by. That's more so what I'm talking about. When I say one of our own, I mean one of our celebrities, and that is Angry Video, AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd. He came out with a non-review, as it's been called. One sec.
Nailed it.
One sec. I just want to get to his channel, so I'm. Bam. And I also want to get his full name. I don't just want to call him Angry Video because that's just a character he plays. Yes, the rest of the world, YouTube does have actors, and they're dang good ones.
I think you're talking to YouTube right now. So.
Sorry, no, not YouTube. People, non-YouTube people. Yeah, YouTube has actors. Suck it. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? It's James something. Mike Mattel is his partner, has become his partner on the show. Matei, sorry, has become his partner on the show, especially in more recent years that they've gone into reviews. And as they've as they've reached out more to different genres, let's plays and stuff like that, which is good on them. It's really good. Being able to create a community more off of AVGN, which I do love AVGN. Love it.
Happy trails, you poor
James. What is his last name?
Oh shit, not good.
You all know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to call him James. James, who plays Angry Video Game Nerd, curses a lot, drinks a lot, plays crappy Nintendo, Sega, video games, does it all as a nerd, like I said, in recent years, he's gone into movie reviews. Old movies, new movies, and a movie that has stood out as of recently is the Ghostbusters movie. And the drama behind the movie is... Oh, God, that was weird. And the drama behind the movie originally, of course, all female cast. No women,
But for an all-female cast, it has a British influence.
Yeah. And of course, even before people started saying that, you had people who were saying, like, for those of you, the reason why you don't like it is because there are women in it. Pretty much the two worst possible sides to be heard were the only ones being heard, and that was your hardcore left, feminist, politically correct, you don't like this movie, it's because of the women, and that's it, no matter what you say, it's just because you're being sexist. You have that group, and then you had your other group, oh, this movie is just terrible because it's women. Neither group are groups that a majority of us care to hear. I would say that the majority of us simply just
want a good Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, we just want a good Ghostbusters movie. Me personally, I don't care that it's all women. I don't. There are enough good female actors out there, especially in recent years, who have done serious roles, funny roles, and that's the thing too. It
seems more like an SNL skit.
Yes, exactly, and that's kind of what it's compared as. It's an SNL skit, and James covered a lot of this because he pretty much he announced that he pretty much wasn't going to go see the movie. That's all he said. He wasn't going to do a review on it, and he announced that he wasn't going to go see it. And the reason why he did this was to pretty much explain, this is why I'm not doing a review on this movie. And he has voiced a major love. I'm pretty much just wrecking the place now. He has voiced a major love. If you've even watched a couple of his episodes, you know that he loves Ghostbusters, and it holds a very special place in his heart. He loves that movie. And so he's pretty much just letting his fans know, look, this is why I'm not going to see it. I want to. He's like, if you want to see it, go see it. If you like it, that's great. He's like, but for him personally, he did not want to go see it. For him, he just didn't see the point because he knew he wouldn't enjoy it. And he didn't even mention the fact that it was female characters. Not even once. He just said, I do not want to see it. All of his reasonings had nothing to do with the female characters. This is stuff that far more popular channels have talked about this topic. And yeah, much more noteworthy and have gone could with their time slot. But the point is, and then immediately another notable actor, you need to play because I need to keep looking up. From what I heard correctly, and I'm not going to say the actor's name until I get confirmation. Okay, I believe I have it. Okay, I believe this is correct. Okay. It was, I believe it was Patton Oswalt. In fact, yes, it was, Patton Oswalt, who came against him on Twitter, I believe it was, and the second you hear that, you automatically know it's probably not going to be, nothing good is going to be said. His wife died suddenly. The cause of death isn't even really known yet. I feel really bad for him. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Him and his wife. If you've even seen his comedy specials, how much of his special was centered around his wife and his child. He has a daughter, which is terrible, just in many ways for him. His daughter, you could clearly tell that he loved his wife a lot. He wasn't one of those comedians that made fun of his wife at all. In fact, whenever he would talk about her, it was of the highest respect and regard for her. And then he would turn on himself and talk about how much of an idiot he was for her. I believe she plays a cameo in the Ghostbusters movie, the new one. And I'm looking that up just to confirm all this. just so I... Because I believe she had a cameo or some sort of role in the movie. And that's the thing about this movie.
Stay back. Take her.
This,
It's not my time.
adding on to it, there is death around this movie. Not only with Patton Oswalt's wife, who is the more recent one,
I'm not so
but
sure
also
we should go to the surface.
with
What if the world finds
one
out
of the
what we're
actors
doing down
from
here?
the original.
Suit yourself, Clifford.
The man who played Egon. Again, you'll have to forgive me, I'm terrible with names. I'm trying to type all this up on the fly. I would have known it yesterday had I not think about it. He was also, I believe, one of the original writers. Egon Spengler was his name, Spengler. Egon... Harold Ramis, yes, Harold Ramis. Who was one of the original Ghostbusters, passed away not long ago too. Longer, I believe it's been over a year. And then that's kind of added to this whole mess. Because as AVGN, and I would really recommend people go check out his, because another reason why he did that was because he wanted to pay respects to what was going to be Ghostbusters 3. It was going to be the original cast. It was going to have new people. It was going to be a much more, going to be a sequel, so this one was a reboot, or a remake or a reboot. Because by the looks of things, it seems as if the characters, female characters, have the names of the characters from the original Ghostbusters, and Bill Murray, I almost said Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, I'm just gonna go to their page, Dan Aykroyd, the original cast, through Ivan Reitman,
Hey, what are you still doing down here?
Ernie
Get
Hudson.
topside.
Excuse me. Where was I going with that train of thought? No, they're just playing supporting roles. Not even supporting roles, cameos. They're playing cameos. And originally, what people came out against it is that, even before women, is that it was trying too hard to be funny. Now, I believe this is going to be a funny movie. I do. I believe it's going to be funny. I believe that this movie, on its own, is going to be a decent, good movie. Actresses are hilarious. They're SNL characters. They know how to come with stuff on a whim. They're funny. Some of whom are also professional comedians, good funny actresses, who also are actresses who have done more than just comedy roles. They've done serious. These are actors who are very capable. That's not being argued for at all. The problem is that by the sounds of things, production, it sounded like the cast was trying to one-up each other the whole time, which can be good. I'm really gonna dive into this. Sorry, Ben's probably gonna take a backseat to this because this is something I've looked into far more because I don't have much more life. But let's go back. Ghostbusters 3 was in production for many, many years. Actors, the original Ghostbusters crew for years. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, they're like, no, we're never gonna do it. And then finally, when they did get them all together, and by actors, I mean actors, actresses, everybody. And I'm gonna get the full list of them so I don't mess up on any names. Secretary, everybody.
Seek medical attention.
The respect they deserve, especially since some of them aren't with us anymore.
I'm a horrible shot. Dang it all, we got one health. No.
Cast. Peter Venkman, of course, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, played by Raymond Ray, Stantz, Harold Ramis, Egon, Ernie Hudson, Winston Zeddemore, Annie Potts, Janine Melnick, who was the secretary, and of course Sigourney Weaver, who played opposite to Bill Murray. She was, I wouldn't say a female protagonist, but she was one of the female leads of that. I don't know if they were going to get William Atherton there. He played Walter Peck in the original one. I guess if you could think of a human antagonist from the movies, it would be him. His eyes are large. Oh, and then of course, Rick Moranis, who played the accountant, and then later on their attorney. What's up? No, sorry. I'm deep in Ghostbusters. Thank you, though. I'll play once I finish some rain. They were trying to get them all in on this for so long. Finally, when they did, when they were in pre-production, and they were getting a script. Ooh, achievement! Or part of an achievement. Finally, when they were getting stuff together, and they were getting a script written up, which, there already has been a Ghostbusters 3. A lot of people don't know about it, but it was the Ghostbusters, the video game, which is canon. I don't know if they would have, within the movie universe, if they would accept it as canon or whatever. I probably wouldn't even have mentioned it. But that's what we're left with now, as it being canon. And Ghostbusters 3, they all voiced their characters, all of them. Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, they all reprised their roles. And it ended up being a game that surprised people again. I liked it. I did. I don't know how well it did on Metacritic, stuff like that. I'm not going to bother looking that up. I liked it. Had some actual scary moments. As far as what you would expect a Ghostbusters game to be, it was. I really enjoyed it. Good game, good action, some good scares in it too. Added on to the lore. Good game. Good game. I liked it. But anyway, and that's kind of what we're left with. But then Harold Ramis died, and automatically Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, they're like, no. None of them wanted to go forward with it. So what we were left with was this movie that had money and time put into it. They had probably looked and if there was going to be a new cast, they probably had a new cast of characters that were probably going to be, what they were probably going to go off of was a new young Ghostbuster crew, and then you have the older crew training them, putting them through, and then they kind of, torch has been passed to this new group, and then from that moment on, they'd probably make movies off of that new group. And then let's talk about the why this movie, people are coming down so hard on the expectations. The first movie, for anybody who's ever seen it, it was like catching lightning in a bottle. It's so unique how they did it. Now, a lot of people will say one of the reasons why they don't like the new one is the overuse of CGI, stuff like that. It's the day and age we live in. I'm not one of those people who thinks that the graphics of the old Ghostbusters just holds up as great as people say it did. I'm being kind of curious about it. I love the movies, don't get me wrong. I love that movie. But I'm trying to be objective about it too. Slimer holds up. Slimer does hold up, as well as some of the other graphics that they had in it too, and the monster designs. Some of them do hold up. They really do. It was amazing design and effort put into it. I still enjoy it. But the thing about the original Ghostbusters is that it, on its own, it was a horror movie. It could have been a horror movie. It really was. The opening scene with the librarian scared me to death when I saw it as a kid. And that was 15, 20 years after the movie had even come out. It scared me to death, that opening library scene. And then other scenes scared me to death too. And then even as I grow older, I can still appreciate how scary that scene was, and even how adults recall it. Like, yeah, that was scary. It was. And that was the thing, too, about the movie. It was such a unique entity. How it was a family movie, but it also had those clever jokes in it from your cast for the adults. And everybody could enjoy it. And it was this comedy, but it was also this scary movie. And the thing about why your actors trying to one-up each other doesn't work for a Ghostbusters movie is because of your characters. Harold Ramis as Egon. Each person had their own role in the movie. You had Bill Murray, who, not going to call him the skeptic, but is just the guy who's just kind of there. He's just there to help out his friends, and he's more or less there to try to make money and just survive, and maybe gain some fame in the process, too. He might have been a true believer at one point, but over the years, as he's, grown older, he's kind of lost his thrill for the mysteries of the world and his drive and just things like that. He's more interested in getting girls and stuff like that as a college professor. Then you have Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis playing as Egon and Ray, who are the true believers. They're very much always into learning about the occult and trying to throw science into that too. And they were the first to try to experiment with this idea of catching and detaining ghosts. And they were the true believers. Then you had Ernie Hudson, who was literally just there for a paycheck. That's literally his whole character. When he first shows up, they're asking all the questions like, do you believe in planets? Do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in demons? Do you believe in, all this stuff? And he's like, I'll believe whatever you want me to as long as you pay me. That's why he's there. He's more so there for the tough guy role, too. He's not a skeptic. He's not a believer. He's just there for the paycheck. And that's the thing. Each character played off. And then you have Sigourney Weaver there for, obvious va-va-voom reasons. A strong female lead who's also is, in my opinion, too, a very beautiful woman who could also feed off of Bill Murray's energy too quite well. And that's the thing. Everybody fed off each other's energy so well in the first. You didn't have actors trying to one-up each other because you had each actor playing their role. With Harold Ramis, who's very serious. He was very monotone. He didn't joke. He was to the point. And if you joked with him, he would take you as being serious. And the few moments where he was funny, it was really cheesy, and you could tell his character was only his character found it funny. And then you had Dan Aykroyd's character, who was just spontaneous. He was the kid of the group, just excited for everything. And then you had Bill Murray, who is Bill Murray, comedic genius. He was just there, getting knocked around with the rest of the guys. And then again, you had Ernie Hudson's character, who was literally just trying to keep up with the rest of these guys. And that's the thing. Everybody's character, the secretary to Annie Potts, everybody fed off of each other. You didn't have people trying to be one of each other. You had each person playing their role. You had each person owning up to that.
Here comes more of those things.
And being their own unique personality. Really had this lightning bottle effect. This kind of one selected thing. Because the second movie wasn't anything like that. I like it. It's a good movie. It's a good sequel, in my opinion. But it's not as good as the first. Because what you have was you could tell from the actors' standpoint, like, I'm not gonna say they were there for the can you turn those down? Nope. I'm not gonna say they were there for the paycheck, but I wouldn't blame them if they were. Holy cow, that movie grossed, both the first one and the sequel grossed a ton of money. But yeah, and so that's kind of the importance of this. And literally, as you saw them play each other, you could really tell that the characters enjoyed, and the actors. These were actors that had done more than just this movie together. These were brothers. These were guys who really enjoyed being around each other, with all their personalities. The icons. These were icons of the time.
For
What's
God's
that?
sake, open the silo doors!
Anyway, and so now we come to today with Harold Ramis dead. Obviously, none of the characters wanted to try to do without him. Because no way you put it in the movie, and I think a lot of people can read this. When you've had an actor die in real life, there's no way to incorporate them in a movie. Those are just the lasers. There's no way to incorporate that character in the movie. Because if you don't mention them, it's disrespectful. Because then it's like you're acting like they never even existed. If you do mention them, it just seems like petty, cash grab kind of. And in any way, if you try to explain their death, it's obviously disrespectful too. And so you're just left with kind of a bad situation overall. So obviously it would make sense that the actors don't want to reprise their original roles. That makes sense to me. It upsets a lot of people. But to me personally, I can see that not being the company so many tabs right now. Who is the company heading this? It is,
what is it, 20th Century Fox?
I think it is, yeah. It's
Columbia Pictures and Sony.
Yeah.
No, Sony Volantic.
Yeah, Village Road Pictures. Anyway. So I do personally believe that it was the actors who said, no, we don't want to reprise our original roles out of respect. Because the whole point of the new cast and the reboot is because they didn't want to try to do a movie. They didn't want to try to do a Ghostbusters without Dan. So ultimately what they did is they agreed to cameo roles. And I think that's what people need to realize here. This is a movie that has death around it. Patton Oswalt's wife. And he immediately was one of the first people to come out against AVGN, not saying necessarily nice things about him, calling him sexist, things like that. Which is easy to assume if you watch an AVGN episode. However, they'll tell us that no James and seeing him even for a second outside of his non-AVGN character. No, that's not him at all. He's a very forward-thinking person. Even more forward-thinking than I am, to be honest. Great guy who's just a family man, really soft-spoken, really quiet. He's not the first to try to cause drama. Great guy, father, husband, great guy. Who he himself has been through a lot with his daughter having cancer, and the fight through that and trying to get her well. So he himself knows that that fear of losing a loved one. So very great guy. However, though, I can understand from Patton's viewpoint, it's his wife, a wife who he loved dearly, and by the sounds of things, amazing mother, amazing wife, great person. And then of course you have Patton Oswalt being the very politically correct person. He is very forward-thinking, very new age man that he is. I'm trying to find health pads. Why'd you go into this area with low health?
I didn't try that. Turn around.
Automatic medical
Close that door when it closed.
Anyway, would automatically be defensive. And Patton Oswalt did come out and say, he didn't really apologize, but he did come out and say he picked the wrong target. Because then, once he got on the bandwagon, then you had Hollywood insiders, Amy Schumer, all of these really leftist people coming out against James, who I don't think they realized they were attacking someone who believed very much what they did, who just didn't want to go see it because he didn't believe that it warranted what it was. And probably if you ask James, he probably feels like the company's doing a disservice to the actor. That's all James was trying to come out and say, is that he himself didn't want to see it. Because this is a movie that he felt closer to, and he didn't want to judge it either. He neither wanted to praise it or judge it. He just wanted to let other people have their own opinion on it. That's all he wanted. He didn't want to try, and I think he knew that he would have his opinions against it, so I don't think he wanted to try to sway people against it. Because as we discussed, these are good actresses. But the thing is, they're SNL actresses, they're comedy actresses. And they have had other roles of over towards they have had serious. These are actors who've also had serious roles. They're very cute. However, though, I feel like this movie was set against critics to begin with, because there's a line in the trailer that has automatically become kind of the tagline of the movie, and it's female actress, the female black actress playing, you know, the black character. I don't want that to sound as bad as it is, but that's kind of why they have her there. She's playing the role that Ernie Hudson did, stereotypical black character. Sorry, that's I don't think that's hard to deny. But anyway, she jumps into the audience, falls. She jumps into an audience expecting them to grab her. They don't pick her up, and she goes, I don't know if it was a a race thing or a woman thing, but either way, I'm mad. Me personally, I find that kind of funny. I think that's a good line. It's clever, and it's appropriate to the situation. But the second I saw it, I was like, there's your tagline for you. That's going to be why this movie makes it or breaks it. And that's also going to be why people say it fails, because if people end up not showing up to see it, or if people review it poorly, they're going to say it's because of the female. I'm not saying that the female actresses are saying this. I'm just saying this is kind of what your groups have kind of come out, and clear lines have been drawn. I'll put it like that. And that's just kind of it. That's the thing. On its own, I do think, like I said, I think it's going to be a funny movie. These are funny actresses. These are SNL characters. However, though, and a lot of people complained about it not being Ghostbusters 3, it just being Ghostbusters. And I do admit that's kind of a disservice to the original movie. Because now when people look up Ghostbusters, this is going to come up, and then you're going to have 1986, 87, whenever it came out. The original version. It is cool that I saw that they are playing the original in select theaters for a period of time. I thought that was kind of cool. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, have all come out. Amy Potts, they've all come out in support of this movie. Which these guys aren't sellouts, by the way. These guys aren't sellouts. These are guys who, Bill Murray alone, my goodness, this is a man who in recent years has chosen to put aside big budget titles and instead has chosen cult movies to really expand upon, show his acting prowess that we all know he's capable of. I'm dying a lot. And chose to do cult movies. This is a guy who doesn't sell out. I don't think that's in question. Same thing with Dan Aykroyd, same thing with Amy Potts, Sigourney Weaver. These aren't people who sell out. I mean, if these were people that sold out, they would have, first of all, done a crappy third movie years ago. Sigourney Weaver herself probably would have done a fourth Alien movie years ago, with the exception of Alien Evolution, where all actors and actresses are allowed their one, sellout role. I honestly like that movie, but anyway, these are not people who we would consider sellouts, especially in today's terms. They like it, they're praising it. I think one of the reasons why they're doing it is because they want this to be about the actresses and the actors within the movie. They don't want this controversy to surround it. They want the focus to go where it's supposed to go, which unfortunately is where people have lost. Me personally, I'm not going to consider it a good Ghostbusters movie. Who knows? I might see it. It might defy all expectations. I don't know. That's just how I feel right now. I might change my mind later. And if it is good, I'll full about that. I'm sorry. I misjudged it. Like I'm sure many other people will too. But like you're playing however, though, I'm not going to come out and rip it if it isn't good. I mean it's going to be what it is. A movie that went through development hell, and unfortunately, a lot of emotions are tied to. So yeah, that's kind of all I really had to say about it. It's a topic I've just been wanting to talk about for a while too. Alright, folks. No crap. What the heck happened?
I think you have 8 health on checkpoint. I think that's what happened.
Get out of the way. Did I shoot 6 shots? Or did I shoot 5? I blew you all up with a grenade, so it doesn't even matter.
Gotta find a save point.
Anyway, though, there are a lot of movies coming out. I'm really excited. Aliens 5, Aliens Covenant, that they've announced. The sequel to Prometheus, which will just be another Alien prequel.
The Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad, yeah, Suicide Squad. I'm just talking about movies that have been announced that aren't. Dang it! Oh wait, I got health somehow. I don't deserve to live. Kill me. Kill me. Do it.
Critical. Emergency.
Crap.
User
I don't have a
death
grenade to kill
imminent.
myself. Let's just get some shoes.
Naked fries, you mean?
Yeah, or Rambles. Or Rambles. I'm guessing that's original. That looks like Rambles with cheese.
Uppercuts.
No, sorry, that's gonna be sour and vinegar. That's gonna be cheese. That's gonna be original. And then that's gonna be probably
jalapeno.
Probably, yeah, that might be jalapeno, or it might be just like olive, oregano, whatever.
It's something
then
all meat. It says.
Then you have naked fries, and you have uppercuts. Cool.
What's the purple? Read that purple one down there.
Titties?
See, that's what it says.
Yeah, that's his titties. Fab titties. Huh.
It's a bulletproof.
Forget the armor I'm wearing. I need this glass on. Anyway, so that's all I have to say about that movie. Predator, they announced new Predator movie. Ugh. Can't wait, especially if rumors are true and Arnold Schwarzenegger is reprising his role in it.
There's hope right now.
So yeah, but me, I'm gonna go see Ghostbusters. I do think it's gonna be funny. Not in the same way that the original was. However, though, and then to kind of end it, you're not gonna get the original, unfortunately. You're just not. The sequel with all the same actors wasn't close to the original. Everybody can agree. That's just it. They caught lightning in a bottle. It was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And that's, that's where it is. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I know that kind of leaves people with my opinion on it. Because I haven't seen it yet, so I don't really want to judge it quite yet. So yeah. That's where I'm at on it. Ben, you have any other topics you wish to discuss? Hopefully
no.
This video uploads.
Yeah. No, I think we got that. Speaking of technology, unknown to me, and I was the biggest Apple fanboy in the past, but I didn't even know, because I was more excited about E3, that the Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference, WWDC, started today.
Really?
And they announced a new iOS, a new name for Mac OS. They're just calling it Mac OS instead of OS 10 like they used to call it. iOS 10. So it's all 10s now.
Right on.
And they have a whole bunch. There's a lot of good features. Biggest feature, though, that they didn't announce on stage, you can now remove the annoying stock Apple apps like the Stocks app. Because I really don't care about Stocks. or you need the watch, Apple Watch app, because 90% of people who have an iPhone don't have an Apple Watch. Sorry, they're expensive. So you can actually remove it from your end, so you can have it not take up that space on your phone.
That's good.
Biggest feature they didn't even announce. It happened today. They didn't announce it on stage, which I thought was funny that they just kept that quiet.
What?
That you can remove the stock Apple apps because they didn't want everybody going clapping and stage.
Yeah.
We can remove your apps now.
About time. Gotta stand by their product to some degree.
Yeah. So if you have Google Maps, but you don't want to use Apple Maps, you can delete the Apple Maps app. You don't.
Right on.
So I think that's good.
Yeah. Agreed.
And then Mac OS Sierra, much better name than El Capitan.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's just locations in California. That's all they're going for. I want to play it. Yeah, it's actually El Capitan is the summit on the climbing area.
Oh, okay.
Because Mavericks is the
yeah.
No, what was it? It was Mavericks. Was the surfing spot, and then I forget which it was the climbing area. Like it's a mountain face. It's like you climb to the top of it, and El Capitan is the top of it. So it's all places in California they're going off. The new one is Sahara.
Closing.
They hate you.
Yeah, I don't want to go through there.
So yeah, all that was announced.
No! Oh, dang it!
So there's some news.
Come get some grenade. Come get some exploding.
And that brings us to 1 minute, 1 hour and 49 minutes. We got 10 minutes left.
Alright, yeah, because we're just gonna give this in 2 hours. Blow up!
I got it. Nailed it. Everybody, it nailed it.
Alright, hold up. First of all, we're gonna prep for this. You're gonna go back up. Reload that. Reload the Glock.
Don't you own one?
I'm a SIG guy. No, I don't own a Glock.
No, it's the generic thing.
Die! Dang it!
You did. You did die.
Shut up, Ben! Suck Glock.
Tastes like metal. Gunpowder.
The gun doesn't, dummy.
All the gunpowder that's been exploded inside of
Oh,
it.
did I say it's been shot? No.
I can make whatever gun I want to make. This is America.
True.
If I want it glowing red, just been shot.
Oh man, if this was a gun, oh thank goodness this isn't gun talk. I'm a big gun fan, people. I love guns. I sell them at a store. Not illegal. Man, whole Orlando thing on its own. But we don't get to that. We're not that political. Oh, crap!
So, when you die for the 7th...
Suck some nade! Got him.
When you die in 3 seconds, we're gonna do the outro.
Alright. Alright, let me see. Suck some crap.
Ammunition depleted.
Did you get him?
Be glitch, even better. Crap.
Go for it.
Woo. Good work, everybody.
Well, what's the name
Get
of
some
the...
coffee.
What's the name of those, like, slushy drinks?
Oh,
Yo, next checkpoint.
We've got Cola Bola.
American Hue. All
Alpine Hue.
Alpine Hue. And Aqua Grape.
I think it says Ruta Grape.
Whatever. Looks kind of like an A, but it could be an R.
Hold on, there's a focus. There's a focus. Hold on.
You have to have this. You have to have the
No, there we go. No. Yeah, Ruta Grape. Alpine Hue. Cola Bola Classic. surprised they don't have that color trademark.
Well, so did Mountain Dew too.
Yeah, exactly. Right there. That's definitely. Oh, and this is. That is a realistic looking watermelon.
Well, what is it? Go zoom back in. It's a garden aroma quality.
La Savor.
That's not in English.
Mature. It's Machel. Anyway.
It's a melon.
Get a booster. Vaccinated. Oh, I get it.
It's a rocket.
You know, black rings on.
So
Some other colas. Let's take a look here. This is Rudy Grape. What the heck? Did I just drink? Oh, you can drink the soda?
Yeah, it gives you help.
More. I didn't know that. These newfangled games allowing me to drink soda. Then you just have soda pop.
Woo! Soda pop!
These are the only 3 sodas in this whole world. Soda pop. Sorry, 4 sodas. Because then you had Cola Bola.
Can we just get to a checkpoint?
Yeah, sorry. Hold up, I gotta set this. Let me just. Bow! Yeah. Cool. Alright, bud. You're coming. Okay, I can't pick you up. Dang physics. And this. You move? Yeah, you do. You're my cover. Oh, so you don't move now. Whatever. Don't need your help anyway. Alright. 360. Where's the barrel? Back off.
You got one soda.
Damn! Oh crap! Ah! Whew. Alright. Moving on. Let me just save point. Then we'll yeah. Crap. We're good. Kill them! Aha! I am a genius! Oh, we'll turn around then.
Yeah, it's turning around.
Is there one over there? I'm good. Oh crap! Oh crap! Why haven't you gotten shot? Crap. Going for goal! Dang it. Okay. Alright, everybody. We appreciate you watching. Oh, hey, it did save. Again, we appreciate our partnership with Team Ah and just all they're doing to promote us. Thanks again, guys. Check out them out on Facebook. Purchase some of their books. I personally recommend Event Horizon. Fantastic. Anime, manga, book. Sorry, not too involved on the lingo. Book that I like. And yeah. I'm Jeffy Dunn.
I'm B Church.
And this is Games and Boxes. Peace out, everyone.
Bye.